Hi everybody and welcome to the Open eCry midweek market commentary for the 22nd of May. My name's Simon Clark from Trade with Precision and I'll be discussing the markets that are moving or of key interest right now. Now the first market I'm going to take a look at here is the Nasdaq. Now, this is the NQ contract and this is the mini futures contract for the Nasdaq. Now I was talking about this contract last week and I was looking for trading opportunities around the 3,000 level. Those have now, the market's now surpassed that level. It's still continuing to move higher and are still looking at new long opportunities on this market. So I'm just going to talk through and show you what I'm looking at here. So if we start off here at the monthly chart, we can see we've got a lovely uptrend here in the monthly. We've got lovely clear series of higher highs and higher lows, moving averages all fanning in the right order, and we've all got lovely geometry between them as well. At the same time, we've got some lovely convergence here on our indicators as well, just showing that there's nice sort of buying momentum still coming into this market. And this month we've got a very green bullish candle and prices right at the highs there, showing that we're actually sort of pushing up to new highs at the moment. If we come down to the weekly chart here, you can just start to see this sort of price action in a bit more detail. We can see, these recent sort of weeks here, going back sort of like a few months really, going back to the beginning of this year, we've got nice steady uptrend. We've got the moving averages all starting to fan very nicely now in the right order, and we've got lovely convergence on the indicators. So looking very, very strong on the weekly. Even coming down to the daily chart here, we can just see, going back to sort of April time, we can see very, very strong price action, very good momentum to the high side. And again, this is just echoed and with the RSI and the MACD, just lovely convergence here as well. All of our moving averages all fanning in the right order there as well, and perfect sort of geometry in between them. And on the daily chart, we haven't even managed to get a sort of a pullback into the buy zone. We just sort of got nice small bars, nice steady buy momentum in this market. Now where I'm looking at opportunities on this, I'm coming right the way down to these sort of low time frames. This is the 15-minute chart here, and I'll just sort of zoom this up so we get a bit more detail on here. Now on the 15-minute chart, we can see, last week I was talking about looking at a breakout level above the 3,000 level. We're now way above that level. Price has moved on. We're now sort of up to around this sort of 3,024, 25 level. We can see that recently, we've had another sort of flat level here where we've had a momentum sort of breakout opportunity, where we had flat level in price, we had convergence here on the indicators as well. That has now played out, so now that's now broken out and price has moved up to the high side. And as it's doing that, we're now starting to get a formation of a trend. So we've had a big push up, we've had a high, now we've had our higher low, and now we're sort of starting to push up again. Moving averages starting to fan round now in the right order. Got lovely convergence here on the indicators, and what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for this market to, looking for trend flow opportunities in this market down on these lower time frames. We've already made this test up here to the sort of the 3,034, 35 level up here, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if we at least get another test up here before price even considers doing anything else. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for trend flow trading opportunities as this market starts to open up down on these lower time frames. Okay, the next market I'm going to take a look at today is Great British Pound against the US dollar, a Forex currency pair. Now if we take a look at the monthly chart, we can see that whilst it's sort of been pretty much trading within a range here, I suppose the easiest way to describe it, but we have had this level here that we've formed in price. Now this level has recently been broken, price has come back up, retested it, and now it's breaking down to the downside. And we've also got some indicators here actually starting to roll over as well. Now since this level's broken, we looked back to see where the sort of level may well or where price may well sort of come to for the next support and resistance level, and we're sort of looking at levels around here, so just above the sort of 14,000 level there, so plenty of movement to go on the monthly chart. If we come down and take a look at the weekly chart, we can see this move in a bit more detail. So this downward move that we've started to do now on the monthly, we can see that we're now starting to make lower highs and lower lows here on the weekly chart. Our moving average is all starting to fan out nicely now, and we've also got convergence on the indicators, and we've also got these other levels that we can see here in price, where price is sort of pulling back, it's testing these levels and breaking down again. And you can just see this sort of price action in more detail down here on the daily chart, where we've got these levels that price has tested, it's found support, and now they're breaking down. Lovely convergence here on the daily chart, indicating that there's more selling momentum in this market, at least to come down to these new lows. Now, where I'm seeing the opportunities, where I'm looking for opportunities, is down on these lower time frames. This is the 120-minute chart, and you can start to see, here on the 120-minute chart, you can just see we've got numerous trend flow trading opportunities in the past. Now, also, when we start to look a bit more closely at this time frame, we start to see these levels, that I've just drawn a number of levels in here, where you can see how price has come down, it's tested these levels, it's then pulled back into the sell zone, it's then broken down, come back and retested those levels in the sell zone. So we're finding that price is respecting these support and resistance levels, when they also happen to be in the sort of sell zone as well. It just adds a bit more confirmation to our trading opportunity. And we've also got some lovely convergence here on the indicators too. So this is exactly what I'm looking for, in this sort of market. I'm just looking for price to be pulling back into previous tested levels of support and resistance, looking to get into those trend flow opportunities around those sell zones as well. And if the two combine together, then I'm looking to take trend flow opportunities to the downside. And you can just see how the price has respected these sort of levels in the past. So that's Great British Pound against the US dollar. Now, the last market I'm going to take a look at today here is soybeans. Now, soybeans, if we take a look through, is just a market that's trending beautifully at the moment. And if we take a look at the monthly chart, we can see we've got a nice clear series of higher highs and higher lows in the market. We've got our moving averages all fanning very nicely. We've got a nice convergence on the indicators. And at the moment, price has just pulled back right into that buy zone there. We've had a little consolidation in that buy zone, and now we're just breaking out of that. And so, looking at this to have a new big push up to make a new continued higher high. So if we take a look here on the weekly chart, we can just see this sort of sideways consolidation that we see there on the monthly in a bit more detail, and now price is starting to break out to the high side. It's looking very, very bullish. We've got some lovely convergence here on the indicators too on the weekly chart. So coming down to the daily chart, we can just see this move in a lot more detail, and we can see that we've now got all of our moving averages in the right order, all fanning very nicely. Got lovely convergence here on the indicators, and it's certainly looking very strong from the daily chart downwards. So I'm looking at markets, or sort of time frames I should say, around the sort of 240, and even lower. And what I'm looking for, like in here on the 240 chart, you can just start to see how many sort of trend flow trading opportunities we're getting in this market, as the price is just trending very nicely. It's not even coming into the buy zone, so it's just coming back, testing the buy zone, and then price is moving to the high side. So we've got moving averages all fanning very, very nicely on these lower time frames. Lovely convergence here on the indicators too, and I'm just looking for opportunities as price comes back into that buy zone, looking for those trend flow trading opportunities to continue trading this market to the high side. So that concludes the midweek market outlook and potential trading opportunities to look out for. I'd like to thank you for watching the Open Economic midweek market commentary. We look forward to speaking to you next week. Bye for now.